name is Elena and I'm a recent graduate of Lipuchen United World College. And here are my 5 tips for all future UWC students. Those are things that I wish someone had told me before I boarded that plane to Hong Kong, so I hope they will help you guys with your UWC journey. So let's get started. Number 1, and I think this is the most important point, actively put yourself out there to have UWC experience. There are quite a few students who go to United World Colleges and then they're there and complaining that their school is not UWC enough or whatever. And to me, you can make constructive criticism, no problem, but I do think it's also your job to make your college UWC enough, to say so. Because a college only becomes the United World College through its students. So it's your job to give it those UWC vibes. And so for example, if you're there and you're complaining because your college doesn't have a feminist club, then be the founder of that feminist club. Go get yourself some members and start hosting events. That's how you do it. Okay? I think it's really important to note that your college cannot hand you a UWC experience. It's you who actively has to pursue that UWC experience, okay? And that means signing up for discussion nights, for movie nights, for debates, for whatever, in order to enrich your experience. And sometimes it will also mean having to say no because you have to study, because your UWC experience also consists of academics. Okay? Let's not forget that part. It's important to note that everybody's UWC experience is going to be different because everybody creates their own UWC experience. Okay? Everybody lives with different roommates and everybody makes different choices about which events they attend. So in the end, you're gonna have a different composition of things that make up your experience than any of your peers. Which is fine, but that shows it's your responsibility to choose what you want your UWC experience to look like, okay? Do you want it to be filled with sports? Great, do that. Do you want it to be filled with debates and Model United Nations? Then do that. Do you want a mix of everything? Do that. It's up to you, but it's really important that you actively put yourself out there for these events to get the UWC experience, okay? Because it's not going to be handed to you. That's not how it works. You actively gotta get out of your room and attend those events. Otherwise, your UWC experience is going to be how you binge watched all Netflix TV shows in your room. And I'm not sure if that really counts as a UWC experience, but well. Okay, number 2. Be yourself even if you're intimidated. When you first arrive at a United World College, you're gonna meet like 120 people from all over the world and they've all done amazing things and you're just gonna be like, whoa, how did I get admitted? Or maybe you're one of these super amazing people who like had their own NGO when they were 15. If you're one of them, great, you're an inspiration, thank you. But if you're not, then don't be intimidated, please. I know that it's easy to feel like, oh my god, everybody else here is awesome, but not me really. So maybe it was a mistake that they admitted me. No. The selection committee admitted you because you have a characteristic that they think would add value to a United World College's community. So that's why they admitted you, that's why they sent you to that particular college. So just be yourself and you're actually going to add that characteristic which they admitted you for. And I know that can sometimes be hard because you feel like everybody else is much better, but you know what? Everybody feels the same way. So don't worry. Even if you think, oh my god, they're so amazing, you know, they feel just as scared as you do. So just remember that. That being said, I also want to say it's really important to prioritize self-care at times. And you know, that really depends on your character, like how much time you need to yourself. I know at the start, people feel like they have to socialize 24/7, but really you don't. If you don't show up for a party or for some outing, you know, no one really cares at the end of the day. Like, it's gonna be fine. So just honestly say, hey, you know what, I actually need an hour to myself. And just lie on your bed, watch some Netflix or eat some chocolate or both, that's good too. And you know, just take some time off. I think that's important. And that's part of being yourself, being honest and saying, hey, you know what, I'm not feeling that right now. And that's cool too. And I know a lot of people learn that, like especially in their second year, and they're like, oh my god, I wish I had done that in my first year. Just do it straight away. It's fine. You know, you feel like, oh my god, am I being social enough? But reality is people are like kind of jealous that you have the guts to say, you know what, I want to lie on my bed and just chill. That's fine. Don't worry about it, okay? Self-care is great. Number 3, set your priorities and review them every semester and live according to them, okay? So what do I mean by that? So basically what I did is I wrote a list of the things I wanted to get out of my UWC experience, and then I ranked them according to importance. Now I'm not going to share that list because it's very personal, but I am going to say my grades were ranked very high. So I was like, okay, I need really good grades because I want to get admitted to a good university. And that meant I had to prioritize that. So at times I would have to say, no, I'm not coming to this event, or no, I'm not doing this because I needed free time to study and do homework, which is fine, but you know, you need to know whether it is worth it to you or not. And if your priority isn't to have top grades, then you don't need to do that, okay? If you're like, oh, I'm fine with like average grades, then you can attend more events. And it's really important that you just decide yourself what you want to get out of the UWC experience, and that you create your experience according to that. Now, your goals may change throughout your experience. I mean, at the age from 16 to 18, which is when most people attend United World Colleges, you know, you're still like making plans for life, and sometimes you change your entire direction, which is fine. So review them every semester. And I think that's also a good way of seeing whether a priority really meant a lot to you, because at times when you live according to that priority, you're like, oh, I'm not really happy with that. So that shows you maybe that priority isn't really your priority. It's not really what you as a person want. But I think by having those priorities, it's a little bit easier to choose which of the events you're going to attend, because once you arrive at a United World College, you're gonna be able to fill your calendar every day with things. Like, I remember looking at the college calendar and I was like, what the F is that? Like, it was full, like, just full. Like, there were sometimes events taking place like, at the same time. It was like 3 different events, and you're like, how the hell am I supposed to be at all those 3 events? And you're like, oh, well, you gotta choose, you know? And, well, that's your responsibility as a UWC student, but I think sometimes you just look at the calendar and you kind of feel bad if you don't go to all these amazing events. So it's good to tell yourself, well, I would have gone to this, but my priority about this mattered more to me at that point. Number 4, make an agreement with your roommates about what you should and shouldn't do in the room, and when the lights go off, etc. Now at Liberty United World College, when the lights go off and stuff, that was relatively easy because the college decides that for you. The lights go off at 11 p.m. the latest, and I think you can only turn them on at like 6:30 in the morning, something like that. So yeah, but we actually turned the lights off earlier because I'm a really early sleeper. So I told my roommates, hey, you know what guys, I would really like to go to sleep around like 9:30 to 10. Would that be cool with you? And now you may be like, what the F? Like, how are you sleep at 9:30? Well, you know, self-care. I decided to sleep early because it really helped me to concentrate in school. So 9:30 was my time. And my roommates agreed to it. And so we had like certain things that we would do in the room, certain things we wouldn't do in the room. And I think that just makes you a lot more comfortable because your room is your space. It's your home base. So, you know, you want that to be the place where you're really comfortable, where everything that is done in that space is sort of okay with you. Okay? So speak to your roommates when there's something that you really don't like and just say it. And then you guys can work through it and you can fix it. And I think it's good if you write that down and actually make sort of like a roommate contract. It's also good to review that roommate contract every once in a while, because especially at the start of the UWC experience, everybody just says yes to everything because they're really scared of making someone feel bad when they say no. So when you have first year roommates, actually wait like 2 to 3 months and then talk about the roommate agreements again. Alright, number 5. Do something outside campus that is not affiliated with UWC directly. What do I mean by that? Like join a club, become a scout, work for an NGO, that's what I did, and find some friends which are not UWC students. Why? Well, because you're gonna be in this little UWC bubble for like 24/7, and sometimes you just need to walk away and see people who you haven't seen the entire week. It's not because you don't love them, it's just because you kind of go crazy after a while if you always talk to the same people. So I personally needed some space where, you know, people from other places were people who didn't go to United World College, people with very different views than United World College students. I think that's important. I know that there are United World Colleges which are more in the rural areas, so you can't really do that. well, then maybe you want to consider just taking a walk every once in a while, just in order to be for yourself and, you know, to have some time outside that bubble, to say so. And I don't know, I don't like the word bubble, but I don't have a better word for it. Give yourself some balance, because UWC is very intense, and it's good if you can just go off campus, meet some friends, and, you know, you give yourself a little break. It's not because you don't enjoy UWC, but UWC can take a lot of energy. That experience is amazing, but you need a break. And so give yourself that break. So yeah, those are my tips to future UWC students. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider giving it a like. If you guys want to know more about my UWC experience, please visit my blog. It's linked below. And if you guys have any questions, please contact me through the contact section of my blog, which is linked below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!